Good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Apex Online Racing. My name is Evil Dragon XXL. Joining me in the comments today is my one and only good old Dutchman. It is the man himself, the myth, the legend. It is Vectro. Say hello, Vectro.
Hello everyone, like Evil said, it's me again, doing the cameras once again for this really tough race for these drivers. 11 laps around the Nürburgring combined. It should be quite spectacular race. What do you think, Ethan?
Well, it's going to be difficult. A long, old race is going to be. 11 laps. May not seem that long, but remember though, this is 11 laps around the circuit. That is going to be, I think, very long. It's absolutely insane, this circuit.
About 25 kilometers.
Yeah. Now, we can invite some of the drivers in as well to talk to during this little practice session. We've got 7 minutes to go, so let's invite our good old colleague. Let's go and invite Ethan in to the commentary box for a brief moment as we wait, of course, to the session to start. Of course, one practice session whilst they all get themselves in order. So let's invite the man who's been doing so well this season. Let's invite Ethan in.
Well, I will invite him to the party, but I don't know if he will join. He might also want full concentration and full focus for the start of the race, of course. But I will invite him and see if he joins.
Well, already we
Marty,
see the first
he is. Yeah, Marty is one of the first drivers to enter the green hell, which is a really fitting nickname for this track because you can just see the flowing corners, the tight corners, and it's really tough. And Ethan has joined us.
Indeed, now Ethan, of course, one of the top guys in AOR Elite as well. So hello, Ethan. Welcome.
Hello.
To the beautiful Nordschleife in all its green glory. Question is, are you prepared for this task?
I mean, the question is everyone prepared, to be honest? Like, any one of us could have an accident, you know, like, even most skilled drivers can have incidents, but I know what I need to do for this race and just take it carefully. Starting 14th, obviously, because running third in the championship, you know, there's a lot to play for at the moment, and a good result here, you know, could probably boost me up into the top 2 possibly, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not betting anything at the moment because it could just go wrong so quickly, so, you know, we'll see how it goes, to be honest.
Of course, your teammate's going to be starting a little bit ahead of you as well. Are you looking to... how are you going to look in terms of his race, of course? It's going to be difficult for him, because, of course, Scold struggles a little bit around this circuit. I have watched you both, and he seems a little bit nervous around here as well. So, have you had a pet talk with him?
Well, I've told him what he needs to do, what to avoid doing, but, you know, he's my team. Don't want to put any pressure on him or put any pressure on myself and create a situation that we just don't need. So, you know, Skol's just is going to take it as he goes and just do what he needs to do. Same with me, really. He's tried his best practicing, but you know, everyone has their off tracks, like, you know. But it is what it is, really.
Of course, as well. This circuit, one of the most difficult circuits on the calendar as well. How do you look coming forward, though, into the next couple of races? Of course, I know you're not. I believe you're not here next week, if I'm not mistaken. Are you?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not present for round 4. That's like, yeah, that's a true point. Now, looking into the next races, that's because obviously running third in the championship, I've had a good few. Well, the first 2 races have been pretty decent, and I'm running third, so that's why. This race I'm looking for a good result, but obviously I can't guarantee it because anything can happen. So trying to get that good result to mitigate missing, you know, the points that I'd be missing out on next race, you know, just to help buffer that. And then looking at the next race, like the Bayern Skito, you know, a track very strong for the Mercedes. So we'll just see how it goes. But this race will dictate just how much I'll end up losing out next race, because the points that I gain here are very crucial for the points that I'll be missing out next week. So, yeah.
Indeed, on top of next week, of course. Where are we next week? Because I have literally just forgotten. It's embarrassing.
It's Oschersleben.
Oschersleben. Now that circuit is going to be interesting as well. It's going to be very interesting for 2 races. One, that first corner. Luckily you're not going to be there, I believe, because that first corner is the most difficult corner in the world. EPR Archie are completely sideways there as well. As he comes towards the carousel, drivers are pushing very hard, aren't they, Vetro?
Yeah, they're pushing really hard, and this is personally my favorite corner of the whole track coming up. It's a carousel corner, of course, a legendary corner. Not a really good camera angle to capture just how tough this corner is. The concrete inside of the racetrack is where you want to be for the fastest lap, but also the most riskiest.
Any questions for Ethan Vetro?
Personally, I don't really have any questions further. I only mention the best of luck, of course. Making up places will not be easy around this track, but let's just hope for a clean start, which is, of course, the foremost concern for most drivers, because this track is so tight, and when there's something going wrong, you have almost no place of going anywhere. So let's just hope for a clean start at the first place.
Indeed, 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, expect a giant train, but I've got to go now, so hope you enjoy, guys in the chat. It's great. It's going to be a great race, and look forward to it.
Indeed, well, best of luck, my friend. Hopefully, see you after this race. The one thing we won't see is Sir Race a lot. Doesn't want to be doing that in the race. Get the car back going, get? Yes, he can. Well, that brings me up nicely to one point.
Oh.
Not doing that around this circuit. You don't want to hit the wall around this place. If you make a mistake, Vetro, up in the Phillip Plateau, it's the first couple of corners, of course, around the north side. With that really quick right hand up where the jump is. You should know that corner quite well, as the race lot does a bit of drifting.
That corner is called... Yeah, that corner is called Flugplatz for a reason. It's normally a place where the cars go flying, where you're in high speed through there. Ooh. It's actually translated to "oh dear." Just so Luke also making a mistake here.
It is translated to "oh dear."
Basically, it is, because it's translated to flying place or just runoff area. So that's gonna mean a lot of people will, of course, catch a bit of air there. But I think during the race, everyone will not try to catch air there, because well, maybe later in the race, in the later laps, we might see some cars taking a bit of air.
Now, have just been informed, apologies for the coughing, that Tobias, who is currently top of the leaderboard on our screen, will be a reserve driver taking Vulcan's spot, of course, so that is why he is here today. Of course, Vulcan missing this race, of course, unfortunate to see. Heading down the straight, of course, doing some casual 270 kilometers an hour. Now, I was talking to Ethan earlier on, of course, who just left the commentary box just then, got in the car, that overtaking from the circuit's been difficult. Down that back straight, which of course is the longest straight in the entirety of any racing circuit, if I'm not mistaken. 1.2 kilometers long, which is very long. Don't quote me. Of course, the best opportunity is going to be before that bridge. If you can't overtake before that bridge, you are going to have a monumental accident, Ethan said, most likely. Of course, the GP circuit, which we're driving around now in its beautiful glory, is going to be one place to overtake as well. There's Sir Race a lot better. And this, with 4 seconds to go, as Joshua Luke's just going to cross the line with 0 seconds to go. It's going to be a tough old race for the drivers, isn't it?
It's going to be really tough, and I can't wait to see if, well, how many people will try to, will actually finish the race. And this is also another sight you see most often. Almost no one set a lap time, of course, because this track is so long. Yeah, no one set a lap time.
Indeed, of course, no one setting lap time. That is because, of course, we are expected this just to be a practice for the drivers. Also, Nürburgring combined set in the UK, because currently everyone's in the UK.
The UK is a big country.
The UK is a big country. Every race track in the mod is in the UK. Some say the only place that isn't in the UK, of course, on this game is the circuit in Scotland. Don't know what that says about anything. Not going to say a lot. Random fact for you there, of course. expect the unexpected. I'm expecting, of course, to be a lot of drama in the first lap. Let's hope no contact happens. Of course, formation lap will take us to the end of the GP circuit. So before they come to the chicane, of course, where famously Michael Schumacher overtook John Alesi in 1995, of course, is where they'll be running. And then they'll be go around the Nordschleife for 11 laps. We're expecting the session to start in a brief moment. I have to say, the nerves of that truth for some of these drivers, especially the drivers that are going to be starting at the back like Ethan, because he'll be starting third last, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to have a tough old race as well. If there's contact up front, then God save us.
I'm just glad they don't do a standing start, because look at how close the cars are to each other.
You can see them there sitting 2 by 2, very close formation. Expecting the session to start in a brief moment. It's going to be 11 laps. Lamborghinis, Mercedes, all the cars you can imagine here today. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. I hope you're all excited. This circuit is going to be hosting yet again for round 3 of the AOR GT Elite series here on the GT3 side of things.
Of course, this will not be the starting grid, the starting order they will start in. They will, of course, first all get into position during the formation lap.
Need, of course, everyone's going to be flying themselves down, of course, the 1 kilometre straight, of course, down to Yokohama S, which is the first corner on this circuit as well. So it's going to be very close indeed. So the drivers can do. Lights come on, wait 5 seconds, and they'll be going right about now then for what is going to be an exciting prospect. Here they go then. Where they go then, they'll set themselves in the official grid order then. Now, do excuse me, by the way, if I pronounce any of these corners wrong, by the way. I'm not very good at German. I don't have a practice earlier on pronouncing all these corners. So, do excuse me if I pronounce some of the corners wrong around the Nordschleife. Only a few corners I know will be the Schumacher S, which, of course, is the S section with the big sign that's the Schumacher S on it. So that's one of the only corners I know. Gotta look at the nerves of that show. Look at all these drivers.
Mr. Kaselski last in the standings, so first on the grid for this race. The faster guys will of course want to get past them as soon as possible, but how will they be able to do that in such a tight track and not a lot of space to overtake? So I'm really hyped to see what's going to happen here. We're up for a long 11 laps, and let's just hope everyone will come through at least the first corners cleanly.
Indeed, that is the most important question. Are they going to come through cleanly? Expect the unexpected here at the Nürburgring. Expect a surprise. Expect drama. Excitement. A circuit that could almost take the entirety of New York City and put it inside itself as well. This circuit is absolutely massive, and here they are then, running 2 by 2, and there's contact already as we underway, I believe now, and they've already have had contact there. But it's a good start from some of the field. There's bunching up in the background, and already contact by some of the cars there. I think that might have been Alias making contact and come down to the Nordschleife then for the first lap, and let's see what they can do there. They chuck it in, and let's see if they're all going to get through turn number, well, the first part of the section correctly. No, they're not, because there's already contact there for one of the drivers. And I think that's Kamikaze in trouble already.
And into the green hell they all go.
Indeed, in they go. And let's see then, Ali trying to make moves already then as they come through the first couple of corners then. 11 laps, so let's just calm it down, boys, already. It's a long old race. Let's not go mad straight away, though. But so far, so clean for the top guys. So far, so clean for the bottom guys. A bit of contact, though, for Kamikaze as they come up toward the fluke plats already then. Are we going to see it all clean up there, though, Vectro?
Well, let's just see. This will be the next corner. This will be the fluke plats. Look at the undulation.
They all fly up then. One at a time. No one going to make moves, I don't think, there, unless they're mad. No, they're all going to back off then. Good to see then. As they fly through then. Ethan under pressure from Sir Racelo, who's having a little look then on the outside. Ethan squeezes him wide. He's not coming through there, sunshine. Up front, look at the Mercedes Golo. He's closing up on the back of Joshua Luke already. Look at Scold. He's already up to P7, I believe, there so far. It's a good start from him. So Racelo there and Igor right down the back as well. He's not had the best start running wide.
There's a car going wide.
Yeah, Ali going off, I think. There's Gold already up to P4 now. Good start from him. Kamikaze P6. Ali drops to P7.
But see at the back, Pretender all the way down the last now. So he's gone off somewhere.
Yep, going off down at the hairpin then. Running wide goes Skull though. This is the most crucial section. This is very close stuff here as everyone bunches up there. There's Ethan making contact there, and I don't know if he's got damage from that there. We'd be lucky if he doesn't. Getting caught up behind, I believe that must have been the Goonie there getting caught up behind. David Ben and Scoldlow, and there's Kamikaze and all them running close. Mulderman, Marty, Goonie, Rachel and Ethan. And up front, it is going to be MRK pulling away though.
Scott looking at the back of David Ben, looks like.
Yeah, he really is looking down here. Must be careful though as he comes down to the hairpin here. Up on the grass leg, gets it down on that brakes. Oh, very much on the brakes. Chuck it in, there he goes. Get it back on the power. Back out he goes then. Around the circuit, and that'll be another lap. Well, another corner will survive, not another lap, because remember, they're only in the first sector. Car off Kamikaze. Was that Racel? Yes, so Racel actually off. My apologies, battling with Goonie.
And Goonie goes through.
Yeah, Goonie through. So he capitalises on that mistake. Now, let's see if anyone comes through as they come up the hill to where Nicky Lauda famously went off. Glad to say, by the way, Nicky Lauda, this is good news, has officially been released from hospital, by the way. So this is fantastic news we've just heard just a little while ago. Nicky Lauda is on the men's race along down the inside. Contact.
And there's Marty
and into the wall, and Marty rather punted into the wall there, and that was a very do-or-die move there, and that is going to cause huge damage to that rear end. That car is going to have a lot of damage. I think the rear wing's gone back to, hasn't it? Yeah, it has.
Yeah, big contact there. Of course, really unfortunate. On lap 1 of 11. That's going to be a long pit stop and really hard to come back to the field. Ethan has been overtaken by Tobias, by the way.
Already some of the drivers coming through this field with contact already as they come down the little straight there, down towards the back of the circuit, towards the famous carousel. Skull battling with David Ben as he all bumps up as well. Kamikaze there trying to get through on the inside there of a few drivers. Up front though, Mr. Klazowski pulling away as they come through the carousel for the first time. We're going to see them clean through that. Yes, we are. Joshua Luke P2 from David Ben. Scold has a look up the inside, gets a wobble on that. So, now, expect those Mercedes voucher to be flying when they come down that back straight low.
Yeah, down the back straight, we will just see the true pace of the cars. Doing the positions good. Mr. Kasalsi, by the way, he's lost in the standings, but he's not dropping back. So he's got a really good pace around this track. That's really good to see.
Yeah, it's really good to see the pace that some of the drivers are really showing so far then. As they come through then towards the back of the circuit, this corner is
oh, they're all bunching up now.
Close up
look,
the inside.
Look at Kamikaze go.
There is contact. Randy goes there. I think he's just on the grass. Gets back on it there. That's a little bit close though as he comes down to the 17-kilometer mark.
Then the back crash. Of the I think it's Pretender.
Yeah, he's got no rear ring.
And
yeah, Marty, no rear ring.
At the back.
Scott can't come through as he come through the famous YouTube corner then where everyone goes off. No one going off so far right now as they come down right to the back led. Let's see, Skull going around the outside here. Watch out for the bump down here. They'll get airborne for a brief second. Here they go. Over the bump. Down they go. Chuck it into the right lane as they now come down to, well, the last part of the circuit. I can't pronounce this corner name, but I'm going to try. It's called a Squats and Bends Up. Let's see if they can do it. Kamikaze off. Skull made a mistake. They're all going off the road here. That's very close. 3 abreast there for a brief moment. The Mercedes now has the inside. And let's see. Audi on the outside. Lamborghini in the background. On board with the Mercedes then. As they come down to Dotica Hole. Into the second carousel. The mini carousel they go. And this corner's going to be difficult. EPR goes off. Gets back on though. Up front though. Everyone, there's another car off there. They're all bunting up here. And who's that going off? That looks to be... So race like Mildeman, side by side, there's contact, I think, there. Oh, there is contact. Ethan's round. Ethan's round. Tobis has caused a collision there. He's hit Ethan, and Ethan pits around on the first lap here. At the end of the lap. And what drama. Can he get the car going again as they go to the straight? How much damage has that done to that Mercedes? Breast nearly hit. Scolds, he's going to try and make the move here up the inside. That'll be brave. Contact down the straight. Huge accident there. How they can it? No, they haven't. Oh, he's going over. Joshua Luke involved. Scold involved. And Scold's going round in the middle of the pack. Massive accident. Oh, God. Oh, he's over. He's over. Massive accident here. And oh, what an accident. What an accident here at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. 2-3 cars over. Rolling. Scold involved. I believe Goonie involved as well. What a horrible accident here. And we do have to hold our breath here for a brief moment for some of the drivers. What a horrifying accident there. Scold out of this race lap. Ethan's going to pick up positions, but what a horrible accident.
I don't know what happened. EPR is in as well. Look at all the damaged cars. Ethan in as well. Goonie in.
Well, that is absolute drama. 4 cars pitched into a row. And that has not gone well. Ethan in as well. David Ben throwing around the outside. Kamikaze. And well, 1 lap over. Already a massive shunt. What could possibly go wrong, Vetu, eh?
Oh, it was on the straight. It looked really weird. It looks like...
Scald tried around the outside.
I don't want to point any fingers, but Scald turned in on Joshua. Look, it looked like. He was behind... I think David Ben and the other Lamborghini, and I think he didn't see him and turned into him, and then he got spun on the straight and hit by another car. I think by Goonie, but it was not really easy to see. Yeah. But it was a massive accident, and I think Scott is going to have a lot of repairs.
Yeah, scary stuff. Look at all those cars. 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16, all in the pit lane. Going back to that Kraslow. What a scary moment. Kamikaze, look, already having a look here. He's trying to pass there up the inside into one of the corners. Can't do it there. Right up the chuff of the Lamborghini. There he is. There is the Lamborghini's rear diffuser. Around the outside into the chicane. Won't do it there. That'll be brave. Contact. And we feared this might happen around this circuit as you're getting bunched up. Now, we're getting spread out a little bit. Ethan out already. Back into P11. I suppose he's going to be a little bit frustrated as well. As they go down into the first couple of corners then, there is the old pit lane, of course, where the drivers will race occasionally. Around the outside, won't do it there. Back off there, Sunshine. Has to slow it down. Scooby's trying. Let's see, as they come up towards the foot plaque section. Let's see, look. No real opportunity here, Vector, is there, to make a move?
Here, there's none opportunity at all. There are just a few little corners where you can try to make a dive, but it's also always really risky on this track.
That's a good exit, though, from David Ben cutting off there. Let's have a look up the inside and back off there. There will no be way to come through. Scold in the pit lane. He's very angry there. Great, he says there in the chat. Around the outside, he tries to make a move there. That's not going to work there. Let's see. Slipstream. Is he brave enough to make a move here? The question is, I don't think so. I would be very surprised if I saw an overtake here. That'll be a move. You can see they're weaving down the straight then. One way to the other. This is getting close. Both of the VP boys very close together. Kamikaze's on the grass. Is he going to get the car slowed down? Yes. No, he's into the gravel there, but he just gets through there. How has he survived?
And his teammate goes through, race a lot. The teammate side by side.
Kamikaze.
And Kamikaze holds the position though.
Yep, race a lot backs off there. Scolder understandably, is very much going to be out of this race, I feel. They're in the pit. Down and out.
Let's take a look at the back. Tobias and Igor and also Mildeman still quite close, but all just so spread up. Even Lonely in 11th, Pretender Lonely in 10th, Ale in
right down the back.
Yeah, in 11th, in 13th.
Marty's not...
still without.
Yeah,
he's going really slowly.
That's not good. I think Petro that he's had a the pit glitch where the AI will take her. I fear that may have happened there.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Looks like he's going really slowly, so that could be a race-ending moment there. Though I say that, racing-ending moments could happen in any part of this circuit as they come up towards the hairpin section. Oh!
Oh, there we go.
There it is. And I mentioned it there, of cars going off and making mistakes. Kamikaze, right on cue, careful there. Rejoining, now you can spin around. Hits the wall backwards, that might have not done too much damage, but what drama have we got here on lap 2? We're already on lap 2, and we've already seen so much crashes and out of drama in this race.
Did he lose back again?
Yeah, off the rear end, as they come up now towards Nicky Lauda corner, and Joshua Lukov as well. And he's off down there.
Gotta watch out, there's a car coming through.
Yeah.
That's Kamikaze.
Yeah.
We're taking one position.
One position done, that's over the... I believe that's where the Autobahn is actually, if I'm not mistaken. The Autobahn goes over onto that. There's a bit of close battling. There's David Ben, P2. But look at this, MRK Lope has really gained a lot from this.
11 seconds in 2 laps time, that's a lot. Oh, race a lot. There's no space there. There's no space there. I don't know why he wanted to make a move there, but he's got to be a bit more patient.
Yeah, very audacious. They're getting a bit impatient here, Vetcher, aren't they? They want to make moves. Scooby's trying to put on the inside. That's always going to end in contact there. It's slowed him down.
Oh, race a lot. Oh, he's on the grass.
Just get that
be
back
careful.
on.
He doesn't want to end up like his teammate.
Pushing it very to the limit here. Let's go back on circuit, gladly, look. He's only just coming to the beginning of the Nordschleife. These guys coming to the middle
losing
of it.
a bit of time.
Yeah, 9 seconds. As I look up the inside towards the carousel, can't do a lot there. He will get up the inside though because Scooby positions the car, bit of contact on the exit, and I think Ben's almost pits into the wall. He got away with it. We come now towards the back of the circuit. This is where the circuit, like we mentioned, Vetro, this is the area where there isn't overtaking opportunities, because you try and overtake opportunity here, it is almost one at a time. David Ben blocking that car one way to the other. He's not getting overtaken there. Onto the curb, down he comes towards YouTube corner. Of course, like I mentioned, named after all the accidents that happen around this area of the circuit. And let's see, look, they get through.
Is it really called YouTube corner?
It is.
Ah, I never knew that.
Who is it now? Was YouTube corner. This one coming up in a few moments' time. Right around here, a bit wide there, so race lot down the inside. That'd be brave. There it is. YouTube corner's there, if I'm not mistaken. That's where there's a lot of accidents. There they go. No mistakes so far here. David Benlow made a critical mistake there. Couldn't hold it. Currently P4 low, so that's good. He just needs to be cautious now and careful for the next couple of laps, doesn't he?
Yeah, you always have to be a lot of careful, especially on a track like this. It's a lot of risk when trying to make an overtake, but Racelot made it stick. Toby is, by the way, he is filling in for Vulcan, but he's in 5th place and he started in last, so he is doing a great job at this moment.
Indeed, kept himself out of the
even
drama.
At the back. He's at the back of David Ben at this moment and he's going through.
Yeah, it does go through. David Ben there struggling with Paceland, it looks like, already in this race, and that's a shame to see him dropping down the field like that. However, long race. And you can see David Ben really not taking the carousels at all. He looks very wounded, Vector, in that car for some reason.
Well, I don't think it is about damage, but he might just be driving really conservative. And what? Oh, there's a red camera angle, but he might just be really conservative and try to focus on not making a lot of mistakes.
Ethan.
And Ethan goes through on Pretender. Yes, he is.
Yep, overtakes Pretender though. He's been
I
struggling.
think Pretender might have hit the wall somewhere.
Potentially, he was going rather slowly just then as we joined him. Vulcan in the chat,
also
that is
course
YouTube
where-
corner. Many good things have come from that corner. It's the only place you can really make a move, apart from the straight, of course, and the GP circuit. Of course, if you're just joining us and wondering why the gap's so separated, there was just a huge accident just 1 lap ago, or around about 8 minutes ago, give or take, for a few minor dinks in the telemetry, where a horrifying accident involving 5 or 6 cars took place. Luckily, though, looks like no retirement so far from this race. Good to see.
The main act of the accident goes to Scott. He did a
Flipping 3
pirouette,
times.
2 saltos, and a corkscrew. It looked like a really big
10 out of
accident.
10 though.
We're not really sure what exactly happened. It looked like
Just a loop.
he met contact with one of the Lamborghinis. Kamikaze in, by
Kamikaze,
the way.
Yeah, that
He
was
met
the
contact
damage.
with one of the Lamborghinis turning in, and
Goonie in.
another Lamborghini involved, and Igor in as well.
That's it, Igor, actually. My apologies. Yeah, Igor and Goonie quite far down the back. He's in 14th. So it was contact with Joshua Luke down the straight twice, which Pitt sculled into the wall. I'm just looking back now. Flipped him a few times, then more cars involved as well as they went into the circuit, then back across. So it was really just a situation of just wrong place, wrong time. Scooby and that is a race lot having a battle here around the outside of the Schumacher Reds. That's brave position the car here. It's possible though down the inside to this corner. Late braking. Let's see, can he do it? Backs off there as he come over little lag zone there. They have to be cautious into these couple of the corners. And they get themselves back on the power on the exit. So race lot squirming away. So is Scooby as they come now towards the chicane. And let's see, long way round it's going to be. Let's see, left or right. He's going to just sit behind for the time being. A little bit moving in the braking zone there for Scooby, but okay stuff, though.
A battle for second position is heating up. Tobias, by the way, look at him go. He started in last position, mind you. He's of course the Vulcan's
Replacement.
what's his name? Replacement, indeed. And he's all the way up in 4th position, battling for the podium. That's really good.
Indeed, Igor back on circuit there, good to see. Ethan now puts himself in PA, and difficult thing is, though, they may all have to stop again in this race as well. So these drivers like Ethan there, and that is Ali with no rear wing there, so he's had a monumental off there in that Mercedes.
He must have gone off somewhere. Of course, you cannot really see when a accident happens in the director's spot, unfortunately, so we cannot catch every accident. It looks like he had an accident somewhere.
Yep. Of course, a happy little accident sometimes is a bad accident as well. Your old little reference there for the day. Tobias, currently P4, and well, he'll be enjoying the scenery here on this beautiful circuit. Go on a little nature tour as well, potentially as well on this circuit. It's very, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is classified as a park as well, I believe. So you can just visit here and have a picnic somewhere on the circuit. Right, not on the circuit. I don't recommend going on the circuit and have a picnic. By no way go on the circuit and have a picnic. That's a bad idea. On the banking you can have a picnic, not on the circuit. Luckily though, no rain forecast today, so if you do want to have a picnic like those guys on the left, you won't be spoiled like it was in 2016 when a hailstorm struck this circuit famously. Little fact about this circuit, it's not too far away from the Belgian Grand Prix, of course, Spa, the beautiful Spa Francorchamps there, which will be on the season in a couple of races' time. The weather occasionally between these circuits do mix with each other as well, which is why we sometimes have very localised weather storms between these two circuits there. And there's Marty, no rear ring again, I believe, is that there. Yeah, no rear ring on Marty.
I think Marty, he's still corrupted by the AI driving. Let's see if he'll come back into the pits again and possibly regain control.
Hopefully, Ali in the pit lane still. Let's see, is the AI coming in? The answer is yes, so that's good to see. AI comes in, slows it down. Igor off the road.
Has gone off.
Yeah. That's the 12th there, and Kamikaze goes through. But yes, where was I saying? Yeah, the two circuits, the Spa, of course, and Nürburgrings, both are separated by, I believe, about 30 odd miles, if I'm not mistaken. Do not quote me if I'm wrong. But the weather between them, if the weather's coming from, I believe it's the east from Spa, so it's coming from the south of the circuit, from east of that area, it's coming from the Nordschleife, and likewise the other way around as well. And that is why sometimes you'll see rain striking down around the first couple of sectors on this circuit, right? Of course, famously, the incident happened in 2007, as well, of course, in the the European Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken, of course, around the Nürburgring in F1 was from Spa. There's a little fact from there as they go down the little straight.
The Luxembourg Grand Prix, was it?
I think it was the European Grand
It
Prix.
hosted the Luxembourg Grand Prix.
Yeah, it was
once.
Luxembourg in the 90s that hosted it as well, which is a very interesting thing, because it's nowhere near Luxembourg at all. In fact, it's completely the opposite part of the country from Luxembourg, but sure thing, I suppose. Joshua Luke in the wall there.
Joshua Luke has gone off and even got through.
So, he said it's going to be a race of attrition. It's going to be a race of just seeing how the drivers can do. Unfortunately, some of the drivers striking that, of course, coming down the long straight, and that's going to be a big drive if he's got damage. His teammate, though, P5 so far, and the President Milderman, he's coming through pretty quickly. Tobias, meanwhile, is a penalty. So if we have a little look at the penalties, if we can. Let's look at Sir Race a lot. And,
Well, not yet though, because the battle for second position is heating up again.
Indeed, but it's going to be no opportunity to come through around here, of course. They are coming towards YouTube corner, so potential around here. Let's see, look. Lamborghini versus Audi as well. Both very striking cars, both very similar as well. Just see, look, Scooby a little more confident in this sector so far. So Race a lot, struggling a little bit low as he's coming towards that 4 already. So this race already coming very quickly. Don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well to keep up with all the action as well. Do forget as well to put your comment down in the chat as well if you want to get involved with the discussion. And don't forget to use the hashtag AORPCars2 as well on Twitter. Also, on that topic,
they're both catching up to Mr. Kozelski. Yeah. I've just noticed 4 seconds without a gap. It was 11 at one point. Oh, really, really close to the wall.
Well, they both go very wide, and Scooby now attacking, and so as well as Race here. And look at the gap there now, 4 seconds. It's dropping like it's dropping like the Titanic. It's going down very quickly. Though I say that, it did take 2 hours for that to go down, so that's not a really good analogy there. Though I could say technically could be true. Anyway, over the second carousel, down this straight they come, then down towards the last real major corner before this difficult little section here. If you mess this corner up, you are having a bad time. Dave Ben is having a bad time. He's now been overtaken as well there, as you just spotted. So Race a lot, bad exit there, and this could allow the other Lamborghini to come close right up Vetro.
You can see the leader from here, so they're getting closer.
Let's go on board. There we are. Tobias closing up. Let's see. Slipstream. He's too far back to try and make a move here as they come up towards the bridge section. And let's see. If he can just sit behind here, he might have a good run down towards turn number 1, of course, when they get down there. Tobias
getting closer, closer, but not close enough.
Yeah, nowhere through here. We'll lose it if he's not careful. See, look, now they come towards the Grand Prix section again then. So, down they come over the bump. Must be careful there when they come into the pit. They don't want to spin it there. Now they come down to turn number 1, and they can see top 4 all together in the same camera shot just to take. Maybe top 5 just about potentially, maybe not. Scooby under pressure here from Sir Racer, who's having a look on the brakes. Lady goes in the Lamborghini, but the Audi still later on the brakes. Can't do it. Other Lamborghini though, sitting right behind him. Good exit here from Race Lot. He's having a look on the outside. Nothing he can do there as they come towards that little famous left-right section here. Down they come. Famous overtakes around here. Famous accidents as well. Race Lot can't do a lot on the brakes there. Has to sit behind for the time being.
If he wants to make a move, he needs to do it here. This is, of course, the best opportunity around these normal racetrack conditions.
Indeed, the drivers are talking to them as well. Compared to the Nordschleife, this area of the circuit feels like ice. So overtaking may be possible, but it's certainly going to be very, very difficult. Into the lag zone they come, and out they go, of course, as well. Luckily not picking up on the broadcast, luckily. So the drivers, of course, if you see them making
did a bit.
Yeah, little bit of
There's
casing.
got a bit of lag, but
Josh Luke in the pit lane there, in the background. So
just for look, so
yep.
he has hit the wall somewhere then when Ethan overtook him.
Four cars so close together. You don't see this that often, Vetro. Especially around here. 4 cars. And then see in the chat Nick Nitro saying his money is going to be on Tobias, who could win this race. He's got a penalty, remember, as well. So we do not know how long it is. I believe it will be 2 seconds. But we'll check that out in a minute.
Check it out. We'll check it out when there's a bit of peace around the track, because it's still full-on brawl.
Indeed, 77 litres for most of the drivers, of course, running very similar fuel. 74 for the leader. Mr. Klazowski.
Look at Mr. Klazowski dropping back. He had an 11-second gap, but now you can just see he is gonna be caught up by Scooby, and of course race a lot. If he can come back through the fields from also near last position, that's gotta be amazing for him.
Up they come, up the flute plaques there. This is flying place. There you go. We're getting airborne there. Want to be careful as they get closer to each other, Slipstream, because the chances of the car going airborne even more, with the fact that losing grip on the front, of course, is getting higher. We remember, of course, what happens when the cars get airborne behind other cars around some circuits. It doesn't normally end well. A certain Le Mans accident springs to mind, but let's not quote that because there isn't a Mercedes right now in this battle. No, I can't say you. Ali left the session. Now that is a second time he's done that, and the rule dictates you are not allowed to leave the session, so I'm sure he will be told off for that one because he will cause a
Look at Scooby go. He's looking
around the outside, trying it here, around the outside. That's going to be brave here. That's very brave here. Has he done it on the brakes? Yes, he has. What a super move for Scooby there, who takes the lead around the outside. Never let alone you see it overtake there, but to do it around the outside is mind-boggling.
So into the lead he goes with a super duper move on Mr. Kozlowski, not being able to keep up with the pace at this moment, but he's doing a great job nonetheless to stay in the lead for at least almost half of the race. Well, actually not half of the race, but anyway, he stayed in the lead for 3.5 laps, so that's not bad.
Good showing. What a bit, laps give or take. Here comes Racelot now, having a look as well up the inside. There'll be contact. There is.
Shouldn't take a risk.
Don't want to take the risk there.
There.
It's cost him, and here comes Tobias to come try and make those attacks now as they come towards the hairpin. No opportunity here. Lonely on the brakes from some of the drivers. The Lamborghini very decisive in its braking manoeuvre there as it comes down the hill and over the, of course, little section here. He's now getting a little break before we come up into the exciting section again. Little time for breathing here. Bit of a slide there from Racelot, a slide from Mr. Klazowski. Now, Metro, the question is, where is the opportunity to come through him? Halo, he needs to try and make this move quick now if he wants to keep with the leader.
He wants to make him move quickly, of course, but not quickly. We saw he took a lot of risk during some overtakes. He needs to take it easy and try to make a move somewhere where he can, and maybe he can do it here.
That's
because
brave.
He's looking around the outside.
That's very brave. Round the outside. Here we go, side by side. He'll have to lift off on the inside there. He'll sweep round the outside. Does he do it? Yes, he
so
does.
Close.
Round the outside. And that again is another mega move. And here goes Tobias then to have a look as well. Has to sit behind for the time being. He knows all about being patient, though I say that. Did have contact with Ethan. Off he goes there.
Wide.
That one's right. That'll be compromising the position here.
As well.
Yep, here he goes. Now he's going to have a look here on second position. Now straight away. Let's see if he can force a mistake then on Mr. Kozlowski. Tries on the outside. No opportunity there. These drivers getting very anxious to get past each other right now. Super racing here between the top 4 drivers here. Right now looking at this battle here between second, third and fourth. And once these guys decide which order they're going to go through, they can go for that leader.
Yeah, this is all playing in the hands of Scooby, of course. He is the one trying to pull away now, though the gap is only 1 second. But it looked like Mr. Kozlowski is holding up everyone a bit. Kamikaze left the session. He's out of the race.
Yep, 2 levers then, and that is a big no-no. I think the rule says it's a no-no, so some talk to be talked after this one. Tobias There he is, P3, and he's doing a super drive right now. Can he get past Mr. Kozlowski, though? That is going to be the opportunity, though. Bit of a mistake there for him. Tobias just sitting behind here as he comes down towards the YouTube corner. And behind, though, because that Lamborghini is definitely there. But the Audi closing up as well. So it is Lamborghini, 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 Audi. There's your top four. And in comes Marty as well from the back of the field. And there is David Ben behind Ethan now.
It looks like Marty's actually retired from the race because he's not coming out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it looks like he may have retired. That's a good point, Batro. Again, smoke billowing from the Lamborghini up the road. I don't know what one it is there. I believe it might be Mr. Kozlowski who's smoking there with those tyres. That's not going to be good for the car, of course. In terms of fuel, still very high on fuel, of course. Let's see if they need to come in potentially. Bit of a mistake there from Sir Race Lot.
Oh, big slide.
Catches it low. Catch there, my friend. Now, down they come then to the back. Massive straight here. 1.2 kilometres of it. You have full throttle for very much all of it, because it is a straight, of course. A bit of lift off on the exit.
There we go again.
That camera angle as well. Potentially ride on board next time, Vetri, through that last couple of corners. That might be good. There we go then. Tobias is going to get a run here. Let's see. Goes to the right. And let's see Lamborghini on Lamborghini. What's up for the Audi in the background? And through it looks like he's just pulling away. Just pulling ahead. Here goes the Audi. I did mention about the Audi. Here they go. Free abreast. And there's almost contact. There is contact. Racelot spearing into the wall there nearly. And free abreast wasn't going to work there. They're still side by side. And now ahead goes Mr. Kozlowski. Tobias has to back off that. That almost low value ended in an aeroplane crash.
Yeah, Racelot did well to keep out of that.
And Tobias just getting through unscathed. These top guys up. But now look at the lead and now pulling 2 seconds as well. And these drivers need to be careful. Racelot in then, so he's got damage. So he did get damage from that then. Tobias
so
now, let's see. He's going to have a look up the inside. Can he? Lid on the brakes. Still trying. No, now this could exit home. And let's see, he gets a good exit here. And he might be an opportunity here, but it's so difficult in this first couple of corners. Down the field,
Tobias replacing Vulcan. We've said it before. Starting in last. Currently in third position and battling for second.
Indeed, and that's a difficult question. Can he try and get second? If he can get second, then can he go for the lead? By the way, Ethan up to P5 now out of all this. It's a good zone for him, of course. He was right at the back as well at the beginning of this race. Meanwhile,
the two teammates, Igor and Goonie,
together. Let's see what they can do. Be careful, as David Ben in as well. A bit of a jump there. Tobias still trying to come through here. Still can't do it there. He's been stuck behind that car for over a lap now. He's probably getting a little bit anxious right now. You remember, Luke? 6 laps to go, and here we go. Has a look up the inside. He's had enough. Has a little look. Can't do it again, but runs him out wide. Now side by side. This is going to be difficult here. The inside is going to be inopportune here, but he'll have the outside into the next corner, which is going to be the ideal line. Can Mr. Kozlowski get one up the inside? No, he can't. Has to back off, and finally, through goes Tobias there. A bit of debris on the inside there. I just noticed in that corner, so someone's lost a splitter or something there. And here is the two Mercedes battling down the straight. Goonie and Igor. Let's see what these two can do. And David Ben dropping down the field a little bit too far back for any overtake here, in my opinion. But still, they're pushing. Good to see. Two teammates racing. Grunding, by the way, Skull down the back, of course, after being involved in that first lap. Horrifying accident. You can see Mr. Kozlowski now dropping the pace.
Yeah, look at the gap. Mildeman has got on the top 3, 24 seconds. Mr. Kozlowski starting in first. He's lost in the standings. He hasn't got the best luck this season so far. But currently in third position still, so he's doing great. And Tobias from last position into second. And he might, if he has got the pace, challenge Scooby. Scooby. There we go.
Yeah. Goofy, Scooby. For, everyone's getting confused.
For first position, so that's gonna be really tremendously awesome from him if he can pull it off.
Well, let's see, though. Mr. Kwasowski still can come back. There is David Ben. He just came out ahead of Goonie. So that is crucial for his race as well. Because David Ben slots himself in there P9. And that's going to be difficult, of course. Lap 5 of 11 coming around about to 9 PM UK time. Or 10 PM, of course, Eastern time as well. Expect the unexpected, they said, coming into this race. And, well, definitely this is the unexpected. Because we weren't expecting Scooby to be up front so quickly. We very much weren't expecting that monumental accident. And we do say, go watch that back straight as well on that one. Because, my goodness, that has shaped this race into what it is now. If you've been watching us since the start, do let us know what you thought of that accident as well. What do you think of the opportunity so far for Tobias in this race? Because he's definitely flying.
Tobias got a tremendous pace. He is decreasing the gap to Scooby now. I think he might challenge for the win here. And this is actually a good opportunity to check out how many penalties everyone's got. Scooby, Tobias has 7 seconds, so he has to pull away for 7 seconds if he wants to win.
Marty,
Thomas Ethan has got 2 seconds. Archie's got 2 as well. Scott has got 2 and Marty's got 10, but it looks like he's out of the race.
Yeah, not sure actually. No, he's not out of this race, Vector. He is still going.
He's going to be lapped. He's going to be lapped soon.
Yeah, he's going to be lapped soon, but he's in the race.
He's 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes behind.
So, fair play, my friend, staying in the race. There is the battle there between these lot here as they come up toward the Fleet Platz. That's Goonie and the very quick Mercedes versus that very, very draggy Lamborghini here. And that is not the place you want to be making a move here. Look at that rear end, though. That's a shot. Comes through here. Bit of a mistake there up the hill. Now, let's see. Any opportunity here is definitely out the window. I wouldn't try and make a move here, Vector, would you?
Well, Goonie would.
That is very brave, my friend, to try it there. Did it pay off in the end? Like we said, I was driving around the circuit with Ethan and Scott, of course, earlier on. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult to make moves. Very difficult to keep on the circuit. I'm not one to say this. I can't drive this circuit, by the way. I am the worst at driving this circuit. Vector, I believe you can drive this circuit probably a lot better than me, as well.
I only had 1 league race on here, but it was on a different game. I never had a league race on here on this game, but I would love to try it out one time, and maybe next season I'll be back.
Indeed, potentially. We'll find out, of course. There's Ethan. He's stopped behind Milderman now, so he's going for P4 in this race. So no count Ethan out in this race at all, because he's still got an opportunity to come through and get some decent points there.
Of course, he's got a really good pace, just third in the standings for a reason. And he's challenging Milderman for 4th position. It will be tough for him to get back to the podium because the gap is 25 seconds. But if you can get past Milderman, Milderman is going the long way around and Ethan is going the short way around. So he's through. Into 4th position he goes.
Well, that was done before we could say anything, really. Milderman making a mistake there, and that is why we say this. Always keep the inside of the carousel, because the outside will lose you a heap of time. It looked like Milderman just couldn't count and Marty out of this session as well. So 3 retirements now. 3 levers, and surely now someone's going to have a word that one, unfortunately. But that's a shame to see Marty and so many others out of this race.
So we've got Ali out of the race, Kamikaze out of the race, and now Marty as well. That's a shame, but of course this track is really, really vicious, and it will bite. Like it is now biting David Ben, and he's gone wide, and Goonie goes through.
I mean, what?
And Tobias, look at Tobias go. I think Scooby's made a mistake.
He does, yes, he has made a mistake somewhere. I would say that Mr. Kozlowski's definitely made a mistake because he's dropped 5 seconds in the last sector.
No damage though, but the gap is now 6/10 between the 2 leaders. This is gonna get tasty because Tobias from the last of the field, is he gonna take the lead on lap 5 or on lap 6?
Well, we can't put it past him. This has been an absolutely incredible drive so far. As we go on board there, bit on the grass, let's see, get a good run here. He's got a mega run here, Vetro. Let's see how much speed has that setup got on that Lamborghini? I think it's a bit too far back in my opinion. There's a blimp up in the sky as well. There's the castle on the right. Do love the castle, by the way. Recommend going to that. I've never been to this circuit. That is on my bucket list to go here. I want to go to that castle. That's on my list. I want to drive around this circuit one day as well.
This circuit is of course named after that castle, Nürburgring. The Nürburgring castle, so
Is it?
a little bit of trivia for you there.
I actually never knew that.
Yeah,
well,
the track is named after the Nürburgring castle.
Well, of course, I think if you've been there here that too before, I think you may have. Oh! Tobias hits the wall!
I mean, Tobias off. Tobias Daytona into the wall. Well, is it gonna have any impact on his damage? I think he hit it on the side.
He's got damage.
He has got damage.
Suspension.
Oh, that's a big shame. That's a big shame of him.
Well, I said he was doing so well. Well, I may have cursed that one again. And that is suspension damage at its worst.
He's really lucky he didn't go over or made more contact with the wall. But also side on impact, the damage might not be that much. And he may still have a chance to get back to the field, of course, because the leader still has to stop. I'm pretty sure.
That car virtue on my screen is... The rear right has been absolutely torn. So see, rear left comes back out, right? So quick stop.
He comes back out again. Was already big quick stop.
Has he fixed the damage? Now that would have been really quick for if that was for damage. If he has got damage, maybe that was a scheduled stop because one pit stop is required in this race, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure what he did. I don't think he has fixed the damage. Maybe he doesn't have any damage because it was, of course, a side-on impact.
Such a
only visual damage then.
I've never seen a pit stop that quick. There's Ethan in P4 now, so well, he's got an opportunity to get P3 if he really can try now. If he's got the pace, he's only 2 seconds, so he's currently on the podium, of course. So just about 2 seconds to gap there, but well, that's a shocker there. I wasn't expecting a mistake like that. I'm so lucky Vettel he didn't roll, wasn't he?
It was really lucky. You might have been witness of another huge crash down the straight there. Luckily, of course, not that big of an accident, but detrimental for his race. But then they're in again. I think it's his second stop. Did he stop before? I don't know.
In comes pretender, that's the second time he's been in this race, if I'm not mistaken. Scott, meanwhile, right down the back as well. Good to see he's still in this race, by the way. There he is. The man who, for quite some time, was upside down, rolling down a straight, is now on his wheels and driving his very best. Now, it's going to be difficult to come back through this field, isn't it, Vettel, if he can. But,
well, he's got less than 1 minute behind Igor. But Joshua, look at Igor.
Igor's got no rear ring, Vettel.
Yeah, low drag setup for the straight.
Very low drag setup. Yeah, I'm not certain if that is a graphical error on our end, but well, we'll find out until his next corner. If he flies off backwards without downforce, let's see. Is he going to make this corner? Because he might have a monumental shunt here, otherwise. Surely he's going to come in. David Bent in as well, so he's not having the best of race either. In he comes, stops it on his marks, and the man who's been driving so fast, so good this race, in he comes, gets fuel, comes back out quite quickly. And let's see him go back on circuit there, if he hasn't got damage. Is Igor in? I think he might be. There's Tobias, up in P3 now, ahead of Ethan. Indeed, Igor is in. As I'm just going to go for a quick drink quickly for a brief second here to clear my throat, so I'll be back in a brief second.
I think personally, Ethan has got the pace compared to Tobias. Tobias maybe still a bit of damage on this car, or maybe he didn't fix the damage at all. Amazing to see if he can get third position off of him. Of course, even making a mistake early on in the race. Also having contact with Tobias, if I'm not mistaken. Don't really know whose fault it was. Will be revealed after the race, of course. Has he got the pace and has he got the opportunity to get past? I think he's got the pace, but only thing he needs now is the opportunity. It's one thing driving towards someone, and it's a second thing of passing someone. He's getting closer and closer by the second, it looks like.
Right, I have returned from my absence there. Apologies for that one. Toby is still P3. Ethan's closing very drastically here, isn't he?
Yeah, I just told the viewers that I think he's got the opportunity, he's got the pace to get through, but he only needs the opportunity now.
Yeah. In fact, if he could just stay here, he would actually be in P3.
Yeah, but of course it will compromise his race pace as well if he doesn't get past him quickly. But I don't think he will make up 20 seconds anymore, but he can also hope for mistakes of the top guys.
Never, though. That's the question, never say never. And the man who was punting backwards down in the last couple of corners on that one, involved in that massive shunt, he's come back through this field, is incredible to say the least. He's got so much pace down this straight. Has he got any opportunity to come through here? Bit of a mistake there, and that he's making the move already. Good stuff, good defending there. That's good sportsmanship in my books there from Tobias. He sure is coming so much quicker. Did not try and block him off. That is sportsman at its very best.
Yeah, just the pure grunt of the Mercedes engine getting past the Lamborghini engine. But in the corners you can see the Lamborghini's a bit better. But Tobias might still have a bit of damage.
These guys have closed up Vetcher on the leader. It's gone from 24 seconds down to 21. So, mistake from Scooby, I think, just happened there. I think. The gap
Probably it doesn't have any
dropped.
damage, so
Maybe just made a little mistake or something on the curb. Dropped a couple of seconds. You can afford to kind of back off a little bit here. Don't back off too much though, because these guys behind are a lot quicker, it looks like. Lap times. Look at Ethan's lap time. 8:20. He's the fastest man on this circuit by a mile. Of course, though, 3 seconds over a lap isn't going to do a lot when the circuit length is, well, very long, to say the least. It's about 25 kilometers, you said, Vetro, give or take.
25 kilometers, give or take.
So, 3 seconds over 25 kilometers isn't much, but it is something. Let's see, Lo. Let's see if he can keep that pace up anymore. He might be in a shout of getting second, potentially. That could be a possibility.
He might get second, if he can, of course, get closer. Yeah, he's got a really good pace around this track, we can all see.
If you don't forget, Lo, do put your comments down below, get involved with the discussion as well. Good to see some old faces as well. Good to see CJ in the chat. Good old miss you, mate. By the way, CJ, one of the best races I've ever saw.
He knows the Lamborghini Tobias is driving like no other. He drove the same livery as well last season and won the championship, of course.
Indeed, one of the most formidable drivers in the history of AOR, in my opinion. Tobias Loke, they can see Ethan there, kind of weaving a little bit here, trying to break that toe a little bit here. A little bit cheeky from the Englishman.
He doesn't need to look at the speed difference. Ethan is doing 266, 67.
He's pulling away
and
down
Tobias is stuck at 261.
Indeed, let's see. Look, Tobias really, and I say this is a shame, of course, if he didn't make the mistake. He had the chance of winning this race. He may have ruined that. In comes the leader.
And Mr. Kaselski follows him? Yes, he does.
So top two in, meaning Ethan will now be third. And let's see how quickly stops are going to be. There's Ethan. He doesn't have to stop. And in comes...
Is that Ethan? Yes, he is.
Ethan's going to win the lead
and
here.
He's going into first.
Toby's
into
in
the
as
lead
well.
He goes. And Toby is in. Again, he also did last lap when he pitted for damage. Is it going to be a long stop to fix damage or not?
Could this been could he not have pitted properly there? Did he not actually go and do a proper stop there. Now he's taking on fuel. How much fuel's Ethan got, by the way?
40 liters.
40, so I don't know if he'll make it to the end, of course. 39 for Milderman. This is going to get a little bit intriguing. I don't know if these drivers are going to finish or not.
Well, I think Racelot will finish 91 liters.
Yeah, he shall.
Scooby
shall now.
has got 82 liters. Has Racelot taken the lead of this race?
Potentially. We don't know what Ethan's doing. Ethan is currently coming up the Schumacher S, if I'm not mistaken. He's gone through it. There he is.
It's just gone through it.
39 litres.
And Milderman still has to stop. So Racelot has got 90 liters. Ethan still has to stop.
Potentially.
I think Racelot's got enough to finish the race. And so has Scooby. I think.
They show.
And Mr. Kozelski also. So these are the new top 3, I think.
We shall find out in the coming laps. This is rather bizarre. I do not know who's actually in the lead in. Well, in the net lead, of course. When everyone's pitted, of course. Ethan pitted on lap 1 as well, remember. So, we'll see how much fuel he's using a lap. But I feel it's not going to be that much. Skull, meanwhile, behind David Ben. Now let's see what pace he's got so far.
Coming back through the field.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back through the field. Ethan, 8 minute 18, by the way, the fastest lap of this race. Gooney also 8:18 as well. So these drivers pushing it, and Skull's through.
Into a mistake.
Indeed, through he goes. Skull back ahead of David Ben now. So David Ben making one mistake, and through he goes. That Lamborghini not going to be overtaking that Mercedes in the straight line, unfortunately.
It's a miracle still seeing the Mercedes in the running after that horrendous shunt on lap 1.
It really is, isn't it?
But I think
P2 and Ethan P1.
Ethan still has to stop, of course. He's got 36 liters. I don't know how much they burn per lap, but I think it will not be enough
won't be.
to finish the race on.
Yeah, you should come in this lap.
36, also not enough. And Racelot, 87, I think that will be enough. So I think Racelot doesn't have to stop anymore.
I feel.
Well, Racelot doesn't have to stop anymore, I'm pretty sure. Unless, of course, he makes a mistake. Scooby doesn't have to stop anymore. I'm pretty sure. Unless he makes a mistake.
Also a
and
mistake.
of course, Mr. Kozelski. Also, Mr. Kozelski. Yeah. Scald has gone into the wall.
Ah. Well, that's no good. Skull, yeah, he's crabbing. That is serious.
Oh, he's gone into the wall.
Ah, second time now. This is rotten luck from the driver there. And let's just go on from bad to worse for him. Luckily, low, quite far ahead of Igor. So he may still come ahead low, but let's see how much damage that scores them. Real shame.
I saw him dropping behind David Ben again, and I cut through a camera and we saw him crabbing through into the pits. Luckily for him, it was at the end of the lap, just like lap 1. But again, a really painful mistake. He was coming back to the field. He still had the potential to get into 9th position, because he was right behind David Ben and Pretender. He could have got up to 9th position, but just for Lucas off as well.
Yeah, made a mistake there.
Together with someone or on his own? I think on his own.
Yeah, on his own. No one else really near him that would have made contact with him there. So dropping it on the curbs, it looks like easy thing to do in that section of the circuit. I remember doing that quite a lot in the past. Getting on those curbs around this little GP circuit. Never really liked the GP circuit, to be honest. Very opinionated on that area. But, of course, we're driving on the North slope for some of these drivers right now. But actually, almost all of them are as well. Currently, only I think 2 drivers on the GP circuit. We're still getting spread out a little bit. That's 7 of 11. And so far, the order is Thomas Ethan is in the lead there from Milderman, ahead of the only VP driver in this race, and that is Sarah Racelot. Then behind them, it's PS Scooby. And then it is this battle here we're currently looking at between Tobias and Mr. Klazowski. VPR Archel just sits behind them. Then there's Zaguni, Pretender, Joshua Luke, David Ben, Igor, and Scold at the back of this pack so far today. 13 drivers in this race, 3 retirements as well. Kamikaze out of this race. I as well, I believe Marty out of this race, and I believe who else have we lost?
We've lost Marty, Ale, and
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze. All out of this race, 3 retirements. We've started with 16, we've now got 13 left. Including Tobias and Mr. Kozelski battling for 5th.
We might have 11 if these guys don't be careful here. Has a look up the inside there. Not really an opportunity to come through there. And Lamborghini doesn't really have the pace against its fellow Lamborghini to come through here. But let's see. This Kozelski struggled in the section a couple of times now. So there's still opportunity here. On the grass. And just about keeps it. Pushing it to the limits, you can say, Vetcho, aren't they?
They're really pushing it, and as well as Racelot and Mildeman. Mildeman still has to stop, Racelot doesn't.
And look at this, this is
And he wants to
allowing
get through
Ethan
quickly.
to fly away.
We've got now 2 battles on track. Let's try to keep all the action in shots. And it looks like Tobias is really looking at the back of him.
Indeed, remember, Mildeman and these guys battling as hard as they can. And Mildeman really is doing Ethan the best of jobs right now, because he's holding him up. The more he holds him up, the more of a chance Ethan has of winning this race. I don't know how long a pit stop is around this circuit, but I imagine it's going to be around about 30 to 40 seconds.
Racelot needs to get through quickly. And
Tobias
is through. Tobias is through with Mr. Kozelski.
Let's see, let's speed down the straight then. Here they come. And this is the opportunity that Sir Racelot is going to be looking for here on the brakes. Through they come then to the back of the circuit then. For the 7th time then of asking. Sir Racelot trying around the outside there into the mini carousel. It's not going to be an opportunity to try it there. With CeeLo gets a good exit here.
Go.
Now
and
he's alongside.
Is he?
CeeLo, don't count it out though. Don't count it out. That Lamborghini's very quick down a straight line, Vetro. Never count anything out. And Audi's got a lot of grunt lower as well. You can see the tyres going off. Look at Ethan, 32 seconds. I'll imagine he's coming in this lap. Let's have a look. Let's bring it down, 27 litres of fuel. He might try and go another lap. He could probably get another lap or 2 out of it. Let's see. Is he going to come in? Yes, he is.
Yes, he's coming in.
So he should put in about 30 litres of fuel.
This will set the pace for everyone straight. After this, Ethan hasn't got to stop anymore. Unless, of course, his pit stop goes wrong. Let's hope it doesn't. But Racelot, is he going to retake the lead? Is he going to take the lead, or is Ethan going to stay in there? I think he's going to stay. I think he's going to take the lead here, because Ethan has not come to a stop yet. Now he has.
Fills it up. Down comes the jack, in comes Mildeman. So Racelot will take the lead of this race. The question is he even going to get out in second? There he is, flashing his lights. He knows he's in the lead. He's just run over all this pit crew. Out he comes. If he's going to come out on P2, he's going to come out ahead of Scooby here. I think, yeah, he is going to come out ahead of Scooby. Yes, he is. Oh, well, Scooby might not be just about in the race there. Careful there. In comes Mildeman. Out comes Ethan on the circuit. And now Ethan, out of nowhere, P2. What a stop for him. He's jumped loads of positions there.
Of course, a lot of drivers making mistakes as well. So a pit stop taking really long around this track.
Yeah, you need about 40 seconds there. Like I mentioned.
Mildeman dropping back. He's dropping like a concrete block in water.
Yep, cinder block in water, some will say.
Goes through.
Goonie
and he might actually lose position to Goonie. But Goonie still has to stop because he's not going to finish the race on 38.
See, yeah, I think he'll come in this lap. I think Goonie's actually in.
Would that be enough? I think it will be enough.
No, Goonie's not in. We'll come up behind him though. That should be enough. Ethan's definitely got enough. I believe Ethan's gone over fueled there just to know he will finish. And 3 laps
79.
To go. He will definitely finish. Let's just see what they can do. Like, can he catch the leader back up? Like, that's the question.
15 seconds of the gap. But look at the change in the difference in lap time. Goonie, by the way, 8 minute 18. I think that's quite a quick lap time.
Indeed, Ethan also set an 8 minute 18 last time of asking. So before this, so the driver's pushing it. Tobias on a 9 minute 11 as well. There's the real update on penalties.
Let's take a look at the past lap. Ethan set a 1:18.7, 8:18.7. Goonie 8:18.0. So Goonie's got the fastest lap of the race so far.
12-second penalty meanwhile for Skull. So he's not only got a 2-second time penalty, he's sped in the pit lane. So that's a shame for him. Of course, caught up in other people's accidents. Of course, with Joshua Luke, wipes him really out of the race. And it's really not gone well. Race a lot airborne over the jump. Ethan just coming down to the bottom of the circuit as well. Do get your comments down below, by the way. Do love to see them, all of you drivers and racers and everyone at home around the world watching it. Do welcome along, and don't forget, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. Vetro, how's this race been from your perspective? It's going quite well, isn't it?
Hectic. A lot of action. Cars flipping over on the straights. Interesting pit tactics as well. Race a lot in the lead again. Even coming back through the field. Tobias from last position in 4th position. Mr. Koselski not dropping back like we all thought he would. And Scott all the way down in the back. So a lot of things happen this race.
A lot of drama, a lot of excitement. This will really determine the next couple of races as well, won't it, Vetri? We go, of course, to Oschersleben next week. The probably the least favourite circuit, in my opinion, of the world. Very much don't like that circuit. Alton Park on this calendar as well. So 2 circuits I very much don't like. Still, though, be exciting to see what the drivers can do around it. Excited as well for Spa. David Benn in the pit lane, meanwhile, down there in P11. Battling going on potentially for, looking at here, Milderman and Goonie. Before they go, other battles going on, potentially Tobias and Scooby. They're only 4 and a bit seconds separated. Goonie, though, definitely looks like he's a man trying to make that move there on Milderman.
Yeah, he's got a better pace.
Milderman has more fuel, though, so he'll be going to the end. And meanwhile, so Race Lots does the pull away there from Ethan, ever so slightly. Trying one way to the other, still can't get through. This is where the patience bit is. Hey! Skulls overtaken someone! There's a pit
David
stop.
Ben coming out of the pits.
Yeah, Sculled up to P11 now. How much fuel Sculled got actually? Can he finish this race if he wants to? Should be able to, yes.
73, yes.
About 20 litres a lap, I believe, give or take. Maybe a little bit less. Goonie up the
Goonie
inside.
goes through.
Yeah, Goonie and Milderman switch positions there finally. I would say that might be switching back again if they're not careful. Up the inside there into the end of Sector 1 as well. So it's a good opportunity to make a move there. I think that's Sector 1. We've covered Sector 2 so far. Then this is the most difficult area of the circuit is Sector 2. It's very narrow, very twisty. It's just a lot of little corners here. You make one mistake and you're out of this race immediately.
With immediate effect, indeed.
Yeah, very much immediate effect.
But then again, we've got Scott making a double salto, a corkscrew, and a pirouette, and he's still in the race.
Luckily, no, full damage isn't on with the ability to fly tyres fly. Because if it was, I believe we'd have a few more cars out of this race fully.
He would have lost all the tyres, I'm pretty sure.
Every tyre, but the car probably would have snapped in half in real life. To be, and that was such a vicious accident. I've never seen a car so violently be chucked in the air and flown around. It's just amazing that he's managed to kind of keep the composure and just come back through. Yes, he's down at 11, but it's to be expected. He was in the pit lane for a good old 4 or 5 minutes as well.
Well, I want to watch that back during the stream when this race is finished. I will certainly watch that back because I just want to know what happened. And Scooby is off.
Got on the curb in the exit of the carousel there, spun the car around, and Tobias there luckily saw it coming and avoided it there. Ethan's collapsing massively, by the way, on as well. He's taken 4 seconds out of him there. So Racelot's struggling.
So Tobias, luckily for him, just about able to avoid that. Scooby, I think in the carousel section, maybe of course
Too
on
low,
the
I
concrete
think.
you can lose it really easily.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
on the
we're too
concrete
low.
you lost it.
I think maybe too low, Vettel, do you think?
Possibly, yeah. It's really easy to lose a car there, and yeah, really a big shame.
Indeed, it most certainly is. Coming on to lap 9 of 11. In a few moments' time, recovering the old lap 8 so far. The gap now opens up to 15 seconds, so Ethan's now dropped a little bit of time. Fluctuating, of course, around this circuit. Some drivers good in some sectors, some in the other. Of course, though, in a race this long, fatigue is definitely setting in for the drivers. It's definitely beautiful here around this beautiful circuit here, Nürburgring. It's rated very, very much on the western side of Germany. Actually, it's very, very the most westerly point of Germany. Like I said, very close to Belgium. This is why often I say it's about 30 miles, I think, 30 kilometres, one of the two of them away from the Spa-Francorchamps. So that's always a little fun little trivia there as well. And Vettel, I mean, have you ever been to this circuit?
No, I would really love to do that sometime.
Maybe one day I might have to get a few of us to go down there. Oh, Scooby off
again.
Yeah, he's hit the wall. That's been in the wall there, Vettel, I think, hasn't it?
I'm not sure. What I'm sure about is that Mr. Excelsior comes through to take 4th position.
Indeed, they could see
So
them,
Scooby has lost 2 positions in the space of 1 lap. Like you said, fatigue might actually play a role in this.
Yeah, look. P1, 2, 11 seconds now. Just dropped down again. And I believe that traffic's getting in the way of here. Is that David Baird? Is that someone out of the race? I think, yes, it's someone who's retired down there in the pit lane. So,
yeah, we've lost another one.
Yeah, we have lost another one. Who have we lost, is the question.
Can we see in the timings? No, we cannot. Right, I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, in the chat, meanwhile, Matthew, in the chat saying, I remember Yabba flying through the air in the LMP2 race on Le Mans. I remember, I think I remember seeing that once. The 2000 Le Mans. I definitely remember that. Scooby in the pit lane, so he's got damage, so that's very much terminal for him. There's Igor, currently running in P10. A little bit wide there towards the carousel, but gets it through so far, so cleanly. Goonie there in P6.
Goonie, his teammate, will pick up another place because Scooby has gone into the pits.
Yep,
he has got damage then and he has hit the wall.
Yep, let's see, he's just coming down to his stops, and yes he is. So, Scooby, if I'm mistaken, that's all it cost to wipe him out of this race. And unfortunately, mistakes are mistakes, and well, that's really been the one that's cost him.
3 or maybe even 2 laps. Yeah, 3 laps I mean. 3 laps to go. Between Ethan and the race slot. The gap staying a bit of the same. A bit of fluctuating. But it looks like Ethan is not catching up that dramatically. Has his penalty increased anyway? No, 2 seconds still.
No, it hasn't increased. 10 seconds. Can he catch? Here. 2 laps to go. Give or take. 3 laps to go, actually. My apologies there. And this is getting closer and closer. Sad to say, I believe the Xbox tiers had to run into a few issues here. That's a little bit of a shame there for the Xbox tier there. It's run into a little bit of an issue. There. 3 laps to go. Ethan there. P2. 10 seconds. 18 seconds to P3. There he is. Tobias there. Actually, 7 seconds. My apologies. Tobias is flying back up, actually. I believe, actually, the gap's been rather even between those two in the last couple of laps. And that 8:16.
He's also got a 8 minutes 16. He's got a faster lap of the race. Also 8:17 from Goonie.
Absolutely incredible pace for these drivers. As I get a bit.
But Toby is now the fastest lap of the race. 8:16.2. Can anyone beat that? I think Goonie might have a chance to beat that. He's got fresh air in front of him.
Yeah, he's got the entire circuit. Well, not the entire circuit, but he almost has a wall in front of him.
Close to the wall. Let's go on board with the Flugplatz corner. You can just see the front of the car lifting up. And you can also hear the engine.
Indeed, hello to GSGamer95 in the chat, by the way, our fellow beautiful Xbox commentator, and also fellow friend on PlayStation as well. Don't forget, by the way, this race is going well. Lap 9 of 11, and Goonie currently in P5, Scold in P11. There he is. A little bit further, actually. 6 seconds by. You could overtake Josh Luke here. Leads to remember have simply the most horrifying accident right there on your right. There it is, where they both pretty much died. I'm going to say died with an apostrophe there because they were both 40 feet in the air. But this could get a bit spicy between these two. I'm pretty certain a bit of bad blood is going to be between these guys, Vettel, don't you think?
Possibly there will be. And I wouldn't be surprised.
I will not be surprised. 3 seconds. It's closed up very dramatically. There is a mistake there. I don't think it's 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds. So it's closed up massively. Yeah, Igor's only a little bit ahead. So Scott can still get this position, Vetro. So you mentioned it. Maybe he's thrown out the window. Maybe not in the long run, because he still could get P9 in this race, which will be an absolutely amazing achievement for a man who was upside down literally 3 times in this race in the space of about 5 seconds with pirouetting.
He has got a really good pace compared to David Ben. David Ben, I mean Joshua Luke, his teammate.
Yep, Joshua Luke made a mistake there as well, so he's struggling. 2 seconds now the gap, closing up more and more.
You know who's also closing up? Tobias has just caught up with 1 second. 7 seconds is the gap, but he needs to catch with 14. No, correction, 12 seconds to stay in front of Ethan.
Yeah,
because of course Ethan's got a 2-second penalty as well.
Skull though has got a 12-second time penalty, so he's got to overtake and then get 12 seconds. So, still a long way to go and still a lot of action to come in the last couple of laps here. And I can only say, keep on your edge of your seats because anything is going to happen. It very much will happen, and when it does happen, we're all going to be very surprised. Into the carousel goes Ethan, older man there coming up towards the little section where Nicky Lauda went off there. There it is, Nicky Lauda's off was right there, if I'm not mistaken.
The corner Nicky Lauda went off in is called Bergberg.
Bergberg. I can't pronounce German names. Oh, Skull making a mistake.
Skull.
Of course, Vetro, as you're, well, I suppose you're very good at saying corner names as well, because of course your darts, it's a little bit more closer to Germany than, well, England did. Quite a lot closer. A bit difficult for me to pronounce German words. I've got dyslexia as well, so that's why I can't pronounce words. What the fact about me? Can't say words.
Yeah, it's really hard for British people to pronounce the and the sometimes.
Indeed, it really is. So yeah, so Vetro's going to be our translator of corner names when I can't pronounce them sometimes, especially German. But British corner names, I probably can pronounce them, possibly. Skull
corner.
Yeah, Skulls are coming through the pot plots. He's going to come through as well and overtake Joshua Luke, and that's only 5 times the gap. Though that might not be 5 times the gap if he does that. And that isn't very good if you go sideways up there. Up the hill, over the bend, 9 seconds between the top 2, and only 16 between the top 3. And the entire field below, separated by only 4 minutes and 22 seconds. That's pretty impressive. They're all on the same lap. And how about that, Virtue, eh? That's something I wasn't expecting. All to be on the same lap still.
Yeah, that's really remarkable. Yeah, because Colt went up and over into the forest and out of the race almost. But he's still on the track and he's still driving in 11th position, and in a while he will be 10th. I think, if everything goes to his plan.
Yeah, and then he has to find 12 seconds.
And then he has to find 12 seconds, indeed.
Now it's going to be no easy feat. Top 3 continuing to closing down meanwhile, as they're just coming down the main straight, or the back straight, and there you can see the red indicator there, and that is there, I believe, a little dive there from Skull, so you can see there, at the back, there. Oh, just look, these guys are pushing very hard. And let's see how it pays off here. Never an opportunity to come through here on this errand circuit, is it that true? Did I say that? I do say that.
There is.
There is if you do that.
Big mistake.
There is if you do that.
And
that
there
is the
goes the
rear
free
end up. Well, that's going to be straight into the pit lane. Now I'll have no downforce now, so he's going to be very careful.
And now, 12 seconds isn't that unrealistic anymore.
No, especially when you hit a wall.
And you might hit another one if you're not careful, because of course no rear downforce equals death.
Yeah, no rear downforce normally equals all the problems.
Notice, by the way, he's catching up to Ethan.
5 seconds.
I think he might have made a mistake.
To race a lot. They're closing up right now between the top three. 2 laps to go, but not my lap. This is not over in this race by a long shot.
The gap is 5 seconds with him and Ethan. He's catching up rapidly. But he's got to find 12 seconds as well to stay in front of him.
The question is, can he get that? Goonie in on P5. That would be
11 leaders.
Yeah.
Not a lap too soon.
Very lucky to come in with 11 litres. That's very fortunate that he hasn't run out of fuel there. Good to see, by the way, a lot of drivers and people stayed with us. 13 people. Still watching. Good to see. One more 8:16. Wow. Yeah. Tobias is flying here. 8:16. The gap 4 seconds. He could, very much could, get Ethan here. But then he has to pull out 12 seconds, which is not going to be easy.
Let's see. Well, Tobias got a faster lap, 8:16.2. That's a faster lap of the race.
Indeed, it very much is. And then he has to go and open the gap. Find about 5 more seconds. So as long as Ethan can just hold him back, he's in a good shout at getting second. If not, P3 could be an option here. Because remember, Mr. Kozlowski is miles back. 40
yeah, about 27 seconds.
Behind the
leader. He's running the loneliest race you can have. 27 seconds behind and 23 seconds in front. And like I said, Goonie down to 7th again, but he's got 1 minute and 46 seconds to pretender.
He's only got 10 seconds at Scooby, so he still could overtake Scooby in this race. Never say never.
I can hear a bit of static of your mic.
I apologise there if it's a little bit statically. There's not a lot I can do. Hopefully it'll sort itself out pretty quickly, but can't short that out if it's a bit staticky. So apologies for that. Scold, there he is, P10. Right behind Igor in P9. So Scold, he's going to go for P9 in this race. That's going to be bold. Can he do it? He might be able to do it. Do you think he can do it, Vetro?
He can take the position, but would he be able to pull away from 12 seconds? Because of course he's also got 12 second penalty.
Yeah, so in the chat saying another Scold shunting coming. Never say never. Let's hope it doesn't end in tears. Could end in tears.
Oh, this of course Scold straight.
Yep, we're Scold flip wildly over the cat's fence, over the trees, into the forest and out of the race.
Hey, the blimp has changed position.
It has changed position. The blimp is moving. It actually is moving. Oh, no.
Oh, it's getting closer. Hope it stays in the air.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I got P9. Well, let's hope Skull doesn't fly up and hit the said blimp. That won't be good. Let's see, he's closing up here into the braking zone. That's where we saw a very accident there. Oh, there is an accident there. Well, I've called that one, haven't I?
Into the wall.
We saw an accident there. Well, I've called that one. There goes Igor into the wall. Well, not the way I thought I would see an overtake happening. But that's one way of overtaking someone there, so...
Well, he was really lucky though, because it was a silent impact, and this game doesn't register that.
It really doesn't register very much silent impact.
Only
Harry Butter
if you're really unlucky.
In the chat saying he was almost right. Good to see Harry Butter in the chat. Good old friend from me from a long time ago. So good to see some of the drivers here from other places, other leagues, of course. 7 seconds between these guys, 2 seconds between Ethan and Tobias, though. This is
You can now see them in one shot.
Yes, you can see them in one shot. You can see the top 3 in one shot if you get the right camera angle. See all the cars in one shot if you get a very, very wide camera angle. Good space. This circuit, by the way, looks stunning from space. I do recommend, if you've got Google Earth, look at the circuit from space and then get the boundaries of the map in the circuit and then put it around other places in the world. You'll realise how big this circuit is. It can fit the entirety of the lower portion of Manhattan in it. You can put the entirety of Monaco in it. There's Joshua League with no rear ring. So that's not gone well for him. So that's another issue for him. That's now going to be, I think it's almost a lap down now. What's going to be potentially on the leaders. That's coming through the last sector in a few moments' time. 5 seconds. 8 seconds separate the top 3. 7 seconds now, so it's dropping. This is getting a little bit interesting. I'm excited, Veteran. We could see a very shocking finish here.
I think we will. Race slot is dropping back.
Yeah, he's dropping pace, he's dropping down, he's dropping back it behind everyone a little bit now. Never say anything, though. Anything can happen, I did say. And all the answers of Ethan's power. Can he come and get a shocker? A shocker of victory? Or can Tobias get a shocker of a victory as well?
They all came from the back of the field and fought their way back to the front.
Yeah, so race a lot low. He's been in the lead for quite a while now, and since other drivers made mistakes. But Ethan, without doubt, my driver of the day. From pointing backwards into, well, on the first lap, he's down the back, of course, was in the pit lane with the damage, came back through, an audacious strategy, came in 3 times now, and is currently on course to finish P2, potentially, in this race. I say potentially because we never know what happens to the leader. Only 6 seconds. It's dropped 4 seconds in the last couple of laps now. 18 off goes Tobias into the wall. Now that is going to be huge implications for this race.
Ooh, again a side on impact, so he might have gone away with it. He didn't drop that much, but it's not going to help him.
Indeed, that is the mistake I mentioned could happen. Even goes wide. Just keeps it on the island. Now, has Tobias done himself? That might have cost him the position there. Could cost him in a victory as well. I think that would cause a little bit of damage to that.
It will be tricky if Tobias could get a victory, because of course he's still got a 12-second penalty.
Indeed, anything can still happen. There's that famous little board we like to see quite often in this race. There's Ethan Lowe. Can he get
I don't know why they...
the victory?
Oh, you can just see the top 3 in one shot.
Every second, top 3, all they are down the straight. There's race up. Flying the VP colours, Len. Ethan flying the VSR colours. And of course, those are not the colours because that is blue and yellow. Though I do like the blue and yellow livery. Do adore that livery, but I just like that livery. I do.
I like the livery.
Good. I think it's one of the best liveries. Well, most or standout liveries in my opinion. Very, very fluorescent colours, blue and yellow. I'm talking about fluorescent.
And then again, we've got the Lamborghini.
Green. Yeah, talking about fluorescent. That is a very fluorescent green.
One lap to go into the final lap. Race lap.
4 seconds.
Into the final lap he goes. If any of these guys want to take a position, they've got to do it this lap. They've got to do it now.
Well, I hope they do it this lap. If they don't do it this lap, then they're not winning the race. Because, of course, 1 lap to go, meaning you have to do it. So here comes some desperation then for some of the drivers. Are they going to push it too much? Are we going to see those mistakes come through? This is where...
Like you said earlier in the stream, fatigue will play a big role.
Indeed, very much a shame to this race. Tobias could have got second here if he not made that mistake. He's 3 seconds. He still could get the position here. It's not even a possibility that he can get P2. So race a lot low. Is on all course, so we say, to get P1. The number 9 then has only got the entirety of the Nordschleife to go.
We've got actually 2 number 9s.
The number 9
And that's
large,
actually-
and number 9 small.
Number 6 with extra dip. Yes, it was a reference. The two number 9s are leading the race.
Yep. And
Is
then
he
there-
number 6? If he's number 6.
oh, there's a 6.
63.
Now there's number 6 on it. A number 6 with some extra dip, and I don't really want to have green
Have we
dip.
got the number 45?
Do we have a number 45? I think we do have the number 45. That's a 25.
25?
There's a 6. There's lots of 6s.
666.
That's your favourite car vetro. 78.
78. 128. Ooh, what was that? I think it's also 25, wasn't it? Ooh, Pretender.
It's going to be a
Actually,
wall. Pretender? What are you doing?
Ooh.
Out to the wall, my friend. 25 again. There's Scold. He's driving the number 4.
Number 4.
Is Igor driving the 127? David Ben going to be
No, it's
driving
gonna
the...
be number 45.
Is it a 45? I don't think there's a 45. There's 118 and Joshua Luke is 170. No 45. Damn it.
We've got two number 9s though, and that's enough.
Number 9 and number 6. There you go, you can make your reference. Anyway, they're just coming up the flip plats, as I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they just were coming through that area there. This race has been flying past, by the way.
It has taken about 1.5 hours, and it didn't feel like that.
It's still not over. We've still got another 8 minutes to go. 2 seconds between second and third. 4 seconds between first and second. So technically 6 then discounting penalties, or 7 if you want to be accurate. And one mistake could still hold the keys from this race.
Ethan will want to push now.
He will want to push, but can
Yes.
he push?
Will Baselot crack under pressure, or will he keep it away from Ethan? Ethan is gonna have a really big advantage on the straight, I feel.
Yep. Oh, Ethan's little chat man in the chat, by the way, Andrew. Did you know that Ethan is flying, catching up to Sir Racelot? I didn't know that. Haven't been looking at that for the last couple of laps. Anyway, Tobias there, still there. He's 2 seconds. He's still trying. Further down the field, by the way. Milderman and Scooby close together. They're only 3 seconds apart.
What we have seen is that Toby is actually catching up to Ethan even quicker. Because
Well,
together
that's sideways.
1.9 seconds, 2.4 now. Tobias keeps making small mistakes, but my driver today goes to him, even though he made the mistakes from last position, just jumping into the race as a reserve driver into 3rd position at the moment, battling for the lead for a long time. I think he deserves my driver of today.
In my opinion, it's going to go to Ethan. You can't say without doubt that man has driven his heart out. For a man who was pointing backwards at the end of the first lap and was with contact as well with Tobias, by the way. I believe Tobias was the man who actually tapped Ethan into a spin to be ahead of him right now is another matter. Let's see, though. 4.7 seconds. I don't think it's going to be close enough. But we've still got about 6-7 kilometres of this race to go. These drivers have driven way over 100 kilometres in this race so far. Everyone's cheering on Ethan there. He makes a bit of a mistake there. That's the first mistake I've seen him going wide there. There's Tobias sitting behind. They come towards the carousel for the last ever time in this race. Where they go. They were going to get it through it cleanly. So Racelot does. Like his team earlier on, it was pointing backwards there. Ethan makes a small mistake there. 4/10 the gap there between those two. But remember, Ethan's still likely to get P2, even doesn't matter what happens, he'll get P2 unless he makes a horrible mistake and drops 5 seconds. So Ethan can now just afford just to go a little bit more cautiously here. Doesn't really want to cause an accident, doesn't want to be silly here. Just keep the nose clean and you're on your way to what will be P2 in the beautiful Nordschleife here. Here they go then, down towards YouTuber corner. Tobias is closing up here. 2 tenths the gap. He's trying to make the move here. Ethan's going to hold his line here. Are we going to see a last dastardly effort here to chuck Ethan off of P2? Has a look to the inside. Not going to do it there. Vetro, this is getting nervous now, isn't it? Oh, he's made a mistake.
Oh, well. Is he going to nerves for him as well?
He's very much getting nervous here. Ethan surely knows he's the guy behind's got a penalty and he's actually let him through. Ethan got a slowdown penalty. Ethan's got a slowdown penalty then. That's what happened. Tobias goes wide. Now, Ethan, can he keep within 5 seconds here?
I'm pretty sure he will. I think that might just also be tactic. He just couldn't take the pressure, I think, from Tobias at the back. And I think if he lets him through, and he can stay within the 5 seconds, he will get a position either way. Milderman and Scooby, by the way, also battling for 5th position.
We're just coming down the straight, by the way, for your leader. He's just coming down the last straight in this race. There he is. And well, there's Scooby, actually. There's Race-A-Lot. Here he is, Len. Underneath the Audi logo, the Audi. The number 9. A number 9 large is very much on his way to victory here. Around the Nordschleife then. In the background, the number 63 sits there ahead of the other number 9. But here we go then. 2 and a bit corners to go then. Let's see. Your race winner is going to come through now then. Onto the brakes. Through he come then. He's very much been staying where he's been the entire race. And through he comes then into the last corner. Sir Race-A-Lot. Through he comes. Down to the brakes. Out of the last corner. And wins. Round 3 at the Nordschleife for an incredible race. For your race winner, Sir Race-A-Lot does it at the Nordschleife. Tobias will finish P3 then, it looks like. Yep, Ethan P2, he's done it. P3 for Tobias. Milderman and Scooby still battling low. That's a battle there for 4th and 5th. Still going on. They've got one more couple of corners of side by sides. That's Mr. Klazowski trying on the outside there. And this is getting heated there. The Lamborghinis are not over yet. They are going for it here. Now they go down the straight. Look at the weaving here. Down the straight. Scooby does not want to be overtaken at all. Let's see. Down the straight. Is Klazowski close enough to make a last ditch effort here? He's closing. He's going to do it here. I don't matter what he's going to do. He's going to try it on the brakes, I feel. Let's see. On the brakes. Here we go then. One more time. He's on the outside. He's keeping his foot in. He's going to try. It has to back off that. I think he's going to try and make a dive vector into this last couple of the corners.
He's going to try it.
Oh, he's caught it.
He's got it, actually. Wow.
How did he catch that? My goodness. Milderman, P4. Scooby's going to finish P5. Klazowski sideways in P6. Oh, there might be an accident. Oh, dear. And there goes the Lamborghinis. Oh, dear. Oh, no. And the 666 has been sent to hell. Scold is going to finish behind Goonie. There's Goonie. And then we've got a long time to wait for the cars behind them. And that's going to be
6
Scold.
meters left, by the way.
Yeah, very little.
That's close.
Scold
into 8th position, by the way.
Yeah, it's now.
We've completely missed that.
Yeah, we have. He's still got 12 seconds. He's still got the entire last section to go.
Take a look at the leader.
There he is.
Race-A-Lot doing donuts.
Indeed. Well, there's Ethan. Let's see if he will rejoin the commentary box there. Tobias there is done. Milderman, his car's done. Scooby's doing some donuts. Wow, that is a race to remember. Pretender, still yet to finish, so is Scold. So the race isn't over yet. There's Goonie, he's to stop the car. He's got out and walked home. He's gone for a McDonald's, I think. There's Scold. Still got a few more corners to go. 360 seconds to go as well, by the way. So we're still waiting, I think, for Joshua Luke to finish. He's got quite a while to go. So let's invite Ethan to the party, Vetcher, in a second. Also, we're looking at Scold. Have a quick interview with him. Scold Luke comes through the last couple of corners. Still going nice and slowly. Enjoying this race to its fullest. And well, I have to say, Vetro, 10 out of 10 in this race, don't you think?
A lot of action, a lot of close wall encounters, a lot of crashes as well. A huge flip for Scald, and we've seen everything in this race.
Indeed, and talking of Scold, there's his teammate Ethan. Well done, my friend. P2.
Thank you. Yeah, that was especially fun coming from after a spin. Tobias braked like right in front of me, and he clipped my rear end because there was a massive train going into the, and he just braked right in front of me. And you know, like when you literally got like half a car length in front of you, you know, there's only so little you can do. So, you know, it's what it is. But he still finished third. It's not like his race was ruined. I think he's been a bit thingy to be accusing me of ruining his race.
Oh, Scold!
Oh, there goes Scald.
That was a bit
Into the
close.
Mercedes arena.
Well, that's the second time he's had a monumental accident. Did he finish? He's going to finish
P8?
P8? I think he did get P8.
He's got a penalty.
Yeah, I think he has got P8. Well, Ethan,
Wait.
what was your view on that accident there with Scold?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Well, you're in for a treat, because that was mega. Oh dear, Rygo's in the wheel. This is I'm getting flashbacks to 2007 right now, that's right, running this gravel trap.
Oh yeah, that's...
Who else are we waiting for? David, Ben, are we waiting for Joshua Luke, who's still not come on the last
two
sector.
teammates, the two pink Lamborghinis,
Teammates.
David,
We're
Ben,
waiting for
and
each
Joshua
other.
Luke. He's got a new rear ring though.
He has got a new rear end. The car's mended. So Ethan, what happened at the end of the race there? And from what I figured out, it looked like you got some penalties or something. Had to slow down in the end.
Game was just starting to be a little bit naive to me. The fact is, Tobias was on a 7-second penalty, and I picked up another 2. So I just decided to brake, just remain within 3 seconds of him. So I'd still end up clinching second anyway. I just put in a little bit too much fuel and probably could have got first, but you know, still finished the race. And you know, it's what it is.
One of the best recovery drives, by the way, in my books. Especially after contact. So how much damage did that cause you, by the way? That contact on that one.
10 aero damage on the front, which took off 10 miles per hour off the car. So it was inevitable. I needed to pit.
By the way, Evil, I think David Ben has been caught up by the what is it called, the AI driver.
I think so. He's driving very slowly. I say that. No, he's definitely human.
Well, he was driving really conservatively in the final corners. He was lifting off and stuff. It looked like AI to me.
Indeed, we've invited some of the other drivers across and looked like... Oh, there, Joshua
Oh,
Luke.
Joshua Luke out of the last corner.
There's all the car gone, Joshua Luke. Well...
Everyone's waiting for him to finish.
Oh, we don't... Is he going to reverse down to the line? Well, this is one way to finish, in reverse.
Well, let's invite the race leader as well. Race winner, should I say.
Yeah, the race winner. And across the line. And he's flipped over.
This is just a bit salty.
Well, let's get the race winner in and have a little chat with our race winner then. Well, that was insane. Around the British Nürburgring, because everyone is in the UK. Let's just get the leader in if we can. If it doesn't join in a few moments' time, I will cut it off. But let's see. 10 o'clock UK time.
Race time 1 hour 34 minutes 24 seconds and 789 thousandths.
And there is your race winner, Sir Race-A-Lot. Well done.
Thank you very much.
I have to say, how was it from your end then, racing around this circuit for 1 hour and 34 minutes and 28 seconds, .790?
Well, the start of the race was extremely hectic, as it was expected to be, so I dropped back and managed to pick my way through a couple laps in. It was a four-way battle for the lead, so I decided to make a strategic move and come into the pits and try to undercut them. It worked perfectly. My tires were dead at the end, but I'm glad it worked out. It was a very hard challenge. Thomas and Tobias were gaining a lot at the end, so it definitely gave me something to think about, but I really enjoyed it.
Indeed. Well, in terms of your teammate, had some unfortunate mistakes. You got very close call with him in the race. What was your view on that?
Pardon?
Yeah, your teammate had some very close calls with you.
Yeah, it it came very, very close at one point. Of course, Kamikaze was struggling a little bit with the car setup. Of course, this track's very demanding, and we did come very, very, very close at one point, but I managed to get around it. It's just unfortunate because Kamikaze had some really good pace. I think he had the potential to win that race, but it was very unfortunate that things didn't exactly work out for him, but I'm happy that I managed to get through unscathed.
Indeed. Well, of course, next week we'll be racing at the favourite little the circuit, which I can never pronounce.
Ossersleben.
That's the circuit. I can't pronounce that circuit. It's going to be difficult. Ethan's not going to be there, of course, but for you, it's going to be very tough.
We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. Also follow us on Twitter. My Twitter is @VectorRacing.
And my Twitter
And
is
Evil's
EvilDragon
Twitter is-
XXL. Same as my PSN. Follow me, as you can see there in the lobby. There's Vetro, there's me. My name is Kim Jong-un as well. That's my name on this game. Won't let me change it now. Until next week, where we go to Ossersleben. I've been Evil. Vetro's been Vetro. Thank you for you two for joining us here for post-race interviews and pre-race interviews. Till next time, I've been Evil. Vetro's been Vetro. Goodbye.